Good morning, this is Rich Nelson with Allendale. Let's cover the wrap-up comments here. Today is Thursday, March 1st of 2012. First day of course, the brand new month. And of interest, we did not see much action as far as outside markets influence on commodities. Instead, we actually kind of traded some mixed news as far as grains go. Again, looks like soybeans were the centerpiece of all discussions here today. Export sales this morning from USDA came in pretty strong with both old and new crop combined at 976,000 tons. So good sales as far as soybeans. That was supportive. We do have some mixed news in other areas, though, for soybeans. Number one, the fact is they do have some rain lined up this weekend, another 1/4 to 3/4 inch. That will help them for next week's period of dryness, which is lined up. Second thing we got to point out is for Brazil, they are going to be more or less moving out of its phase of pod fill, the last key yield determination time of the growing season. That ends around the first week of March. So we're kind of finishing up with this period where weather is a big deal, and now weather will become more of a minor deal, and in the coming weeks, we'll begin to focus on actual harvest reports out of Brazil. So let's keep in mind as far as that goes, kind of mixed news regarding the weather side here. Also of interest, the president of Argentina, Cristina Fernandez, noted that she expects, this is on her own personal number, 48 million ton soybean crop. This is just like President Obama talking about the corn or soybean crop. So quite interesting, pretty interesting to hear an actual president of a country talk about their soybean crop. What is a point about that Argentine number, 48 million tons, that is equal with USDA's, and more importantly, that is much higher than the last few numbers we've been hearing from private market estimates, as well as their own agriculture ministry. In fact, the ag ministry was down to 43.5 to 45 million ton range. So kind of interesting to see you have some little different arguments going on as far as the soybean numbers. So overall, beans finished up about 2.5 cents here. For corn, we did finish down about 4 cents here. News is kind of mixed for corn, actually more quiet side here. This morning's export sales were more or less considered neutral with an expectations for that. Wheat sales or wheat prices down about 4 cents as well. Interesting to see, we did of course get that sale overnight to Iran. So we actually got Iran buying some U.S. wheat, 2 cargoes worth. That, of course, does have to go through U.S. government official permission before that sale is actually agreed to on that end here. But overall, mixed trade here. Keep in mind, as far as grains go, we do have this supply-demand report lined up here for next Friday. As our own one of our brokers in the office here, Ryan Edner, has noted, there's actually a pretty strong pattern in the recent USDA reports, where we usually rally into those reports and sell off hard the day of and the weeks after. So let's see if that happens as well. If it does, maybe we'll stay at these higher price ranges, maybe through Wednesday or so, then look at looking at some sales going towards the end of next week. As far as livestock, cattle up about $1.20. Not a lot of brand new news to speak of, more just speculation here. At this point, we do have Packers bidding at $128. That's actually equal with Tuesday's trade, and that also opens up the door to possibly about $1 higher trade here, maybe here tomorrow once they do get the bulk of cash cattle trading here for the week. As far as wholesale beef, kind of mixed this morning, down 19 for choice and up 6 for select. One thing we will point out, which is kind of new to the cattle industry, which Allendale talked about quite a bit at our January 20th and 21st conference earlier this year, Allendale did note that we should all expect to see one major packing plant in the U.S. Close its kill line at a very minimum here by the end of the year. We expected cattle margins, as far as kill margins, to be pretty much negative throughout the entire year. So just like 2008, we should see one of our major plants shuttered as far as its kill line. One thing of interest as far as today's action, we finally got some names that we are hearing of some companies discussing as far as plant locations which may be shut as far as kill lines. So let's see if this actually is announced by any of these companies here in the coming days. Over on the hog side, up 77 cents. Not a lot of brand news as far as hogs go. Perhaps some of it was carryover support from the cattle complex, or possibly some of it might be some people suggesting that maybe the recent dip in hog prices may be a little undervalued here. In fact, maybe some consumers will switch over to beef or will switch over to pork as grocers more or less trying to find the right product mix which fits the current consumer mindset. And keep in mind, we've all been waiting to see what kind of price action or what kind of meat demand changes that consumers give in relation to this high gas price issue. So far, this whole gas price issue has not been a major factor yet in meats. Maybe that's happening now. Maybe we'll see some mixed movement out of beef and maybe into pork. So we'll keep you updated on that if we get more answers, and certainly keep you abreast of that on the Allendale Advisory Report, with the research product that Allendale puts out each and every day here. So as far as big issues going on, of course, right now we're waiting for USDA's report, which will be lined up next Friday. Allendale did put our numbers out here as far as our own estimates. Those were released yesterday, and those can also be found on our research product on the AM Grain Essentials page of the Allendale Advisory Report here. If you have any questions about our own estimates for the report, or if you'd like to help us out with this acreage survey that we do each and every year, this is lasting through next week, feel free to give us a call here at Allendale. Our number is 1-800-262-7538. You can also fill out that survey for us online on our website, which is Allendale, so ALLENDALE-INC.com. This is Rich Nelson. Have a good trading day and a good trading week.